What's going on, my YouTube family? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Link. Especially want to go over Litecoin and Link. Those two are really making some strong moves right now. Of course, ETH's been doing well, and I'm just hoping that these coins can help pull Bitcoin up a little bit here so we can break up over top of that $12,000. Like we've talked about before, Litecoin a lot of times is an oscillator coin, and it can run a little bit harder than Bitcoin, can kind of pull Bitcoin up sometimes. And there's other times that, Bitcoin really, when it's dumping hard, Litecoin can dump even harder. So it's one of those things when you see Litecoin break out a lot of times, sometimes it can really get Bitcoin moving and vice versa. When Bitcoin breaks out, it can really get Litecoin moving. But that's a coin that I really like to correlate with Bitcoin because it'll have larger runs and it'll have greater decreases than what Bitcoin will, just due to the fact it doesn't have the liquidity. So I always keep an eye on that just for trading as well. But we're going to get into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Link. Link's about $20 right now, just killing it, blasting off, guys. So congratulations to everybody who's trading that right now. And we're going to get into this. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you get some from these videos. So first of all, we still been holding the support area I was looking at yesterday. That was going to be around 11,577, still staying up above our 15 moving average, up above our 30, up above our 60. You can see a few wicks now. It's about the third day that we've wicked up, really trying to touch that $12,000. In my opinion, guys, that's what we need to get over top of 12,000, that 12,300, and turn that into support. But many times you'll get those feelers where basically the price is wicking up. You're feeling out those areas, wicking up again, feeling it up until you finally get that break to the upside. Higher lows still have been coming in, so we have not dropped those since we had these tweezer bottoms here out of that little retracement that we have had. Nice thing here, it's also correlating with those tweezer bottoms. Had a little bit of a harami pattern here on the 1-day time frame with continuation while we're getting a stock cross to the upside. We're at 28 and 17 on that stock. So many times, when we get an overbought territory and the stock's starting to cross to the downside and you're having a bearish candlestick formation, that's a lot of times when you want to sell out. When you see a bullish candlestick pattern with the stock in oversold conditions, a lot of times you'll get that move to the upside. So we're going to be patient here. We're going to wait to see if we can continue this trend to the upside, because if we get over top at 12,300, guys, we could run to 14,000 very quickly. So be aware of that. We also need some heavier volume to continue on today. We want to get up above that average volume so we can have that breakout to the upside. If we do start dropping to the downside, like I said, that 11,565, we want to hold as support. Then it'd be down around 10,948, then back around that $10,000 region. So that's going to be Bitcoin right now, guys. Let's just see if we get that continuation out of here, if we're going to have to move sideways for a little bit longer. So that's Bitcoin. Next, we're going to get into Ethereum, and this is all going to be on the 1-day time frame. ETH's at $436. We cracked that 417 overhead resistance. Like I said, what I've really liked is that we at least cooled down on this stock. I really like paying attention to it along with the other indicators, but that's one I really like to pay attention to. Stock crosses with nice bullish candlestick patterns off moving averages. That can always be a nice thing. We had a nice trend line break out of here. So now we just want to continue to hold $417 as support. Previous resistance, we want to hold it as support. The next area of overhead resistance would be about $475, $477. That's going to be the overhead resistance area I would look at next if we're going to continue this move to the upside. We also want to see some more volume coming in to get us up into those areas. If we take a look here at TradingView, we have a 2 sell, 7 neutral, 19 buy. This type of stuff you want to see here, guys. 2 sell, 6 neutral, 3 buy on the oscillators, and the moving average is 0 sell, 1 neutral, and a 16 buy is what we're going to be looking at for Ethereum there. So we just really want to continue, guys, whether it be consolidating right over top of that 417 or continuously making this move up to around that $475. That's what I want to see continue with heavier volume. That's what we're looking for. So next we're going to get into Litecoin. This one I've been playing. I was talking about laddering into this around like that $55 to $53 range. So that's basically the position that I've been playing. We're up around $60 right now. Why I wanted to enter that position was these tweezer bottoms off this 30 moving average, had a deep retracement, starting to get a stock cross. That was the time I wanted to jump in there. And now I'm just letting this ride as we continue to come up here around that 63.75 is going to be the area we need to get over top of, turn that into support. If we can do that, we have a nice little gap, a shot potentially up to $80. Litecoin could run really hard if Bitcoin continues to make this move as well, is what I'm going to be paying attention to. Overall support, we would not want to drop back below that $50 psychologically. That was also the range that we had broken out of, and we want to hold this white trend line as well. Okay, not a very steep trend line, so that's one that we want to continue to hold, but it's good we got that higher low in there. Now we need more volume to continue to make that move to the upside to get over top of that 63.75 area there. If we take a look at Litecoin, for the technicals, we're looking at a 2 sell, 9 neutral, 17 buy, oscillators, 2 sell, 8 neutral, 1 buy, moving averages looking strong there. The sells that we have is momentum, and then our MACD, which MACD is a little bit lagging there, so it still may be coming down from the move that we had down onto this 30 moving average right now. But for me, guys, basically putting it to a break-even stop now, letting this bad boy run and see what can end up happening with it. That's what I like to do for Litecoin. So, guys, if you get some from Litecoin, let me know down low if you're here for it, and then we'll move into Link. Link's just been showing off recently, so Link's up at $19.26, just being explosive here, guys. I mean, it's only cooling down when it does cool down for about 2 days. Doesn't even matter the long wicks here. This is where things can just really get out of control, okay? I want you to be aware of that, and that's why I said, if you're a longer-term investor in this, just really let it ride and go through these pumps. A lot of, short-term traders, they're going to start seeing stuff like this, RSI getting extremely overbought, and I'm sure they're going to be taking some profits here coming up soon. We're at 86.22, so it could pump a little bit harder, maybe get up to that $21, $22 range, but it will eventually have to cool down just like we had back in this area before. A lot of times you'll cool back onto that 15, and that would put us back around that 1250 if we already get a very nice retracement into that. But RSI is in that overbought condition right now, so typically 85 into the 90s. About 90s is when I like to start laddering out of positions, taking some profits, because a lot of times they'll cool back down to that 65, at least 70, before they can potentially move again. But overall, blue sky breakout for Link looking great there. We would want to try to find support about 1685, real close up there, then be around that 1382. Then I'd look down roughly around that $10 psychologically. That round number here is what I'd be looking at. But if you guys get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Want to make these quick and efficient for you. Take care.